achieved through economic progress and Euro-Atlantic integration. And it doesn't just fare well regionally, it is a shining example of democracy and state-building post-independence on the global stage. This is why we have asked for Slovenia's experience, as well as its backing, for our bid for membership in international organizations, starting with the Council of Europe, which is a very recent application of our country, but also its continuous backing, because Slovenia continues to be a strong voice for visa liberalization for the people of Kosovo, as well as our impending application for EU candidacy status. Aside from our excellent state-to-state relations, I want to take a moment to personally thank President Pahor for your commitment to our region, Mr. President. Historically, President Pahor has been someone who not only understands but proactively supports the progress, the peace, as well as prosperity of all the Western Balkans, and particularly of my country, Kosovo, and for this we remain extremely grateful. Today, during our bilateral meeting, we naturally discussed developments in our continent as well as our region, more specifically. We are very much determined to send a very clear message here today that we stand firm and we stand united against the Russian aggression against Ukraine, or any time and anywhere. I can confidently say that this unprovoked war has not just united Europe, but it has also ensured the bond between democratic nations, big or small, such as our two countries, to become even more firmly ingrained. But this visit isn't just about developments in our continent. This visit is also in support of jump-starting the deepening of our bilateral relationship and cooperation. So today I was delighted to discuss the potential for deepening economic and business cooperation, as well as in other areas, given the great support as well as the very high level of investment that Slovenia has made in our country for years. Our two countries have had an excellent mutual understanding and respect as a starting point, alongside an active Kosovar diaspora that lives here in beautiful Slovenia, and that is why I believe that we will be even more successful in strengthening our cooperation. I've also informed the President that I will be rewarding the Slovenian Army with a Presidential Medal for their contribution in Kosovo as part of the NATO mission. Almost 10,000 Slovenian soldiers have contributed to peace and security in Kosovo for these past 2 decades, and today I will be awarding them this medal as a sign of gratitude on behalf of all the people of Kosovo. Mr. President, at these very incredible and challenging times for security in Europe, it's crucial that we also celebrate the alliance's successes and recognize the contribution of individual member states and the fact that their actions have enabled the people of my young republic to live freely and achieve their potential in an independent and sovereign country. So thank you once again, Mr. President, for everything you've done and continue to do. I thank all of Slovenia, the people of Slovenia and its leadership, for always standing by us. And I want to say once again that I look forward to see the relationship between our two countries to grow and flourish even further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam President. So, Prashanya.
Any questions?
Jam Venera Gjollaj për RTK-s. Presidente, përmendet bashkëpunimin e mirë ndërmjet dy vendeve. Sa keni marrë mbështetjen sot për drejt rrugtimit që do ta bëjë Kosova, keni përmendur në fund të vitit për aplikimin për antarësim në organizata të ndryshme ndërkombëtare. Ndërkaq për presidentin, cili do të jetë bashkëpunimi konkret në fushën e ekonomisë, sepse edhe kjo është theksuar se të dy vendet qëndrojnë mirë në bashkëpunimin në fushën e ekonomisë. Faleminderit.
I think we should have a transition.
I would like to know what sort of support are you providing to Kosovo, economically speaking, and also in supporting its integration and liberalization, as well as joining the Euro-Atlantic aspirations? Are you going to continue along the same path, or do you believe that anything more should be done? Are you going to do anything more so that we can enter the Euro-Atlantic integrations? Well, the EU is based on reconciliation, democracy, the rule of law, and all other values ranging from media freedom to synergies. The door is open for countries that are capable of enforcing these values. And that also goes for Kosovo, just like all other countries. Following a demanding negotiating procedure, Kosovo will have to meet all the expectations if it wants to become a member of the EU. Slovenia is striving for and would like to see that Kosovo would be as successful as possible in enforcing these values. When it comes to foreign policy, EU policy, we are going to stand by you. First of all, we are going to expect from our EU partners to deliver on them promises, and I'm thinking about the visa liberalization. The agreement has already been made, and it would be unfair to reopen these discussions. Along the same line, we would also like to revive the Pristina-Belgrade dialogue, and the President knows that very well. Slovenia is a friend of both countries. We would like this dialogue to be honest, sincere, and to yield results, not just in a shape of agreements, but also with their implementation. Therefore, we would like to revive the hope that we have seen at the beginning of this process, where I was present, I must say. And this hope would be important not just for the people in Kosovo and Serbia, but it would also give hope to everybody in the region, so that they will see that all issues can be resolved through a dialogue. Thirdly, I support strongly the desire of both sides that the issue of the missing persons be resolved. I think that this is a question that is important in material as well as symbolic sense. And experts know that I keep repeating that in the Western Balkans, in addition to other measures, what I'm missing is the reconciliation process. This project that we are now seeing and where we seem to be close to the solution could meet these high expectations. What I'm trying to say is that Kosovo has friends in Slovenia. We are a friend, and we would also like to have a friend in Kosovo. We are all doing our best. Here and there, we sometimes are in a situation where we have different views, but that's okay. We can talk about that. However, we have to work, all of us have to sincerely work so that in this complex situation in the Western Balkans, we will maintain and strengthen peace and security. Therefore, everybody should refrain from activities or statements that would destroy this delicate balance.
To say a few words, perhaps, because, Mr. President, you answered most of it. I think the answer is also on how Slovenia has acted before, and that is in full support of Kosovo. In every single membership bid that we've had since 2008, Slovenia has not only voted in favor, but also has supported us along the process. So obviously now Slovenia is one of the strongest voices within the European Union when it comes to visa liberalization for Kosovo, but also, I would say, in a larger sense, when it comes to the integration and enlargement of the EU towards the Western Balkans, which is of a strategic importance and interest for the entire European Union, because a Europe whole, free and at peace will never be a Europe whole, free and at peace without the Western Balkans. So I want to only express my sincere gratitude to President Pahor, to the government of Slovenia, and to everyone from this country that has continuously supported us, and for your willingness to continue that support for our membership bid in all international organizations where we apply, but mostly for our Euro-Atlantic path, because it is the vision of our people, and for us it has been the only path in which we had ever walked, and it will be the only path in which we will ever walk in the future as well.
Hvala. Še kakšno vprašanje?
Any further questions? Yes, go ahead. Marta Razboršek, TV Slovenia. I would like to know, when will negotiations with Serbia continue? I mean, Pristina-Belgrade negotiations. Also, you supported the bid of Ukraine, but you have not received anything, not even the visa liberalization. When do you expect to get that?
When it comes to the dialogue between Kosovo and Serbia, in fact, the process is ongoing. There have been ongoing talks at the level of chief negotiators, and very soon, I believe during July, but this depends on the European Union intermediaries, we will also have a meeting at the leaders level. But the process has been ongoing, it has been constant, it has been very dynamic, and it has also resulted with an agreement on the energy roadmap, which is, I think, quite an important breakthrough in the process. And there are positive developments on the agreement on enforced disappearance, which is an important path towards peace and reconciliation in the entire region. But Kosovo has, during this entire process, shown that it is constructive, it is actively engaged, and every proposal that we have put forward has only contributed to more peace and more stability and long-lasting solutions for the entire region. So we will continue with that constructive approach in the future as well. When it comes to the candidate status for Ukraine and your question on our support, honestly, how could we not? How could we not be supportive of the candidate status for Ukraine? The people of Ukraine today, just like the people of Kosovo 23 years ago, are putting their lives on the front to defend the very values that lie at the foundations on which the European Union was built. And for that reason, I believe that they have shown that that's where they belong, in the European Union. And we are fully supportive of this path, both for Ukraine and Moldova. Moreover, because I think through that decision, the European Union has shown to the rest of the world that they see our countries as a geostrategic interest. So obviously there's a lot of disappointment that that decision was not also taken when it comes to the Western Balkans on the 23rd of June. Nevertheless, for us, as the most pro-European, as the most pro-NATO country on earth, not just in our region, nothing can take us away from that path. No matter how difficult it is, no matter how many hurdles on the way, we will never give up. We are the #1 reformers on the region. We are miles ahead of many countries when it comes to reforms on rule of law, protection of human rights, developing and strengthening our democracy. So no matter how hard it is, no matter the disappointments in the way, nothing can take us away from our Euro-Atlantic integration and from the strong spirit that pushes us ahead in making sure that we realize the full potential of our country and our people as true Europeans. As an EU believer, you have to continue to defend the EU values, and that's exactly what we do. We really do hope that also with the support of Slovenia, we will have the issue of visa liberalization concluded once and forever during the Czech presidency, a great friend of our people. Because, as President Pahor mentioned, we have fulfilled the criteria 4 years ago. There's absolutely no reason, and it's absolutely unacceptable for Kosovo to reopen the process. The Commission has reconfirmed that we have fulfilled the conditions. The European Parliament has overwhelmingly, in its vote twice, reconfirmed that we have fulfilled the conditions. Now it's up to the Member States to finalize and conclude this process, which is a great injustice towards the people of Kosovo. So we do expect this to be done in the next couple of months. But as I said, no matter the hurdles, no matter the difficulties, we will continue to walk on that path as true Europeans.
I think that everybody in the region is happy with the decision of the European Council on the 23rd of June that Ukraine and Moldova got the candidacy status. However, we are disappointed that there was no development in terms of the Western Balkans. However, due to the initiative on Bosnia and Herzegovina, a discussion was opened, which led to the fact that at the end of the meeting, something happened that is important and encouraging, and that is the task to the European Commission that in autumn it should prepare a report on integration processes with a special focus on Bosnia and Herzegovina, but including all other countries as well. So Vjosa and me, but as well as other leaders, have agreed, and I'm talking to them about this, that in the Brdo Briuni process, in the declaration, we should, if there is consensus, of course, come to the conclusion inviting the European Commission, before it reaches its conclusion, and to tell the European Commission what we expect from it in terms of the Western Balkans. So I think we should be wise, patient, and never give up. Continue working so that the Western Balkans will remain on the radar of the European Commission. There are possibilities that this should materialize. We also understand reasons why it didn't happen on the 23rd of June. But finally, and to conclude, let me repeat what I firmly believe. If and to what extent leaders in the Western Balkans are capable of resolving multi- and bilateral problems, well, in so much, this area will be interesting for the EU. Any further questions? Doesn't seem to be the case. Thank you very much.